Here's a quick overview of how you'll use Installer Toolkit to configure the Envoy and track system installation progress. First, you'll be asked to enter the number of microinverters and AC batteries that you've installed. If you used Installer Toolkit to scan microinverter or AC battery serial numbers, these numbers will be automatically entered for you, and the devices will have been provisioned on the Envoy. If your system doesn't include both device types, simply enter a 0 for the one that was not installed. You will also need to select a location-specific grid profile. Once all three fields are populated, tap Continue. If you didn't use Installer Toolkit to scan your microinverter or AC battery serial numbers, you'll be prompted to start a device scan. While the Envoy is scanning for devices, enable the meters. Some system configurations, including those with AC batteries, require both the production and consumption meters to be enabled. Start by tapping the Production Meter row. Select the Phases Metered from the drop-down menu based on how the Envoy S is wired. Then tap View Readings. Verify that the readings are correct, and then tap Enable Production Meter at the bottom of the screen. After you've enabled the production meter, you'll see a green check mark next to it. Next, tap Consumption Meter. Select the Phases Metered from the drop-down menu. Your choice here should match your selection for the production meter. Next, based on where you installed the consumption CT, indicate whether the circuit that passes through the consumption CT includes load with solar production, also known as net, or load only, also known as total or gross. For example, in the case of a line-side tap. Then tap View Readings. Verify that the readings are correct, then scroll down to the bottom of the screen and tap Enable Consumption Meter. If the readings are not correct, you can change the phases metered or metered circuit settings before enabling the meter. After you've enabled the consumption meter, you'll see a green check mark next to it. If the Envoy detects a wiring problem with either meter, you'll see a warning symbol in place of the green check mark. Tap on the meter with the warning symbol for more information about the nature of the problem and suggestions for how to rectify it. After you've enabled the meters, verify that the Envoy has detected all of the microinverters and AC batteries, and that all of the detected devices are communicating with the Envoy. The microinverters should produce power as soon as the grid profile you selected has been applied. You can tap on the Profile Set row to track the progress of the profile propagation. If a battery is not operating, it may be because it needs to be assigned to the phase on which it was installed. When this happens, an alert will appear at the top of the screen. To set the phase assignment, tap the Storage button at the bottom of the screen. Tap to expand the details for the list of AC batteries. If the AC battery does not have a phase assignment, it will look like this. To assign a phase, tap Select Phase. Open the menu to select the phase assignment for the battery. Then tap OK. Once the phase has been set, you can change it if necessary. The tariff rate structure determines when the batteries will charge and discharge. By default, the batteries operate as if they have been set with a single rate tariff. This means that they will discharge anytime load demand exceeds solar generation, regardless of the time of day. If you are installing in a location where there is a time of use tariff, tap the Configured row. Then, tap to select the time of use tariff rate structure. You can indicate whether the rate differs seasonally or between weekdays and weekends. Then enter information for as many peaks as necessary. You can also choose to charge the batteries from the grid at night in preparation for a morning peak. When you are finished, tap Configure Batteries. Once you've confirmed that the microinverters and AC batteries have been installed and are configured properly, you can set up the Envoy's connection to Enlighten for monitoring. If you're using integrated Wi-Fi, you can find the on-site network and connect to it. For any method, Wi-Fi, Ethernet, or cellular, you can confirm a successful connection to Enlighten. Once you've completed the system setup, return to the overview screen and confirm the metering values, including net power, which represents the latest reading of power exported to or imported from the grid. You'll also see a summary of the latest activity from the AC batteries. When you've completed the system setup, tap Done. Then you can view and email a summary report.